In the intricate dance of power, the first law is not to conquer, not to dominate, not even to impress, but to restrain. Never outshine the master. It is the oldest, most violated, and most dangerous law of them all. Let us begin with a truth that most people refuse to admit: every human being carries within them a deep need for validation and superiority, especially those in positions of power. They did not get there without ego. And the higher their throne, the more fragile their pride becomes. When you enter any hierarchy, whether it's a royal court, a modern-day office, or a social circle, you are stepping into a subtle web of egos, alliances, and insecurities. Here, talent alone does not determine your rise. Your ability to navigate this psychological terrain does. The court of Louis XIV was filled with such dangerous currents. Nicolas Fouquet, the French finance minister, learned this the hard way. Fouquet was dazzling, charismatic, cultured, generous. To impress the king, he threw the most extravagant fete France had ever seen, inviting poets, philosophers, and nobles, unveiling the magnificent chateau of Vaux-le-Vicomte. Fouquet intended to show loyalty. What Louis XIV saw was a rival. Someone outshining him. Within days, Fouquet was arrested. His fortune was seized. His chateau confiscated. He spent the rest of his life in prison. His only crime? Radiating too brightly in the presence of the sun. Now, why does this law exist? Because power is emotional before it is rational. Masters, bosses, kings, even mentors, when they see someone beneath them display brilliance, it activates fear. They fear being replaced. They feel diminished. And they respond not with logic, but with instinct. That instinct is usually to eliminate the threat. This is not a call to mediocrity. It is a call to strategy. Understand this: it is not your job to shine the brightest, it is your job to shine strategically. Power is a game of positioning. If you are a rising star, conceal your light under the master's shadow. Make them feel secure, superior, indispensable. Let your intelligence reinforce their brilliance. Let your charm reflect theirs. Be the mirror, not the flame. Consider Galileo Galilei. His discoveries threatened the church, yes, but they also threatened the Pope's own intellect. Galileo flaunted his genius. He mocked the very figures he should have placated. And though history remembers him as a hero of science, he was silenced, imprisoned, and humiliated during his lifetime. He could have advanced science more subtly, by channeling his ideas through others, or by framing them as extensions of accepted truths. But he outshone the master, and he paid the price. Now consider the opposite approach. One of the most cunning courtiers in history, Baltasar Gracian. This 17th-century Spanish Jesuit was a master of subtlety. He would disguise his sharpest observations as compliments. He would offer advice as if it originated from the master's own thoughts. He understood: when you appear too brilliant, people admire you for a moment. Then they resent you forever. In the modern world, this law is still in full effect. You work in a corporate structure. You suggest a brilliant innovation in a meeting. The room applauds. Your boss smiles. But something shifts. You notice fewer invitations. Your voice is less welcomed. What happened? You forgot the law. You outshone the master, and now you're a threat. So how do you apply this law in daily life? 1. Never show that you are more capable than your superior, even if you are. 2. Let them take credit for your ideas, especially in public. 3. Make your successes look like reflections of their mentorship. 4. Always flatter their intelligence and vision, genuinely, if possible, strategically, if necessary. 5. Observe their insecurities. Every powerful person has them. Do not touch them. Do not even come close. Even in creative fields, this law holds. Look at Mozart and Salieri. Salieri was the court composer, established and respected. Mozart, young and brilliant, displayed his talent too openly, too quickly. Though their rivalry is dramatized, the truth remains: Mozart struggled, not just due to finances, but due to enemies his brilliance created. Do not become a victim of your own light. If you seek power, true, lasting power, then patience is your ally. Let your abilities bloom slowly, under the protection of others' egos. Let others carry the burden of leadership while you build strength behind the scenes. Over time, the master will either fall, retreat, or promote you, because you made them feel safe. And when the moment arrives, your rise will seem natural, even necessary. No one resents a servant who becomes a king, if the servant was loyal, humble, and clever. But outshine the master too soon, and you will be seen not as ambitious, but as insolent. Not as capable, but as dangerous. This law does not mean submission, it means camouflage. It is a psychological cloak. You become what others want to see, until you no longer need to pretend. Let me leave you with this. The world is not kind to the unwise genius. It rewards those who understand perception over truth, strategy over impulse, power over passion. If you must shine, do so in private. Let your brilliance be seen only by those who do not fear it. Never forget, the master is not just a person. It can be a group, an ideology, a trend, a system. Whatever commands attention, respect, or control, that is your master. And if you shine too brightly, too soon, in its presence, it will burn you. True power lies in restraint. And the greatest leaders in history did not begin by commanding, but by observing. Not by conquering, but by aligning. And then, when the moment was right, they rose. Quietly, unquestionably. Follow this law, and you will rise like a shadow that becomes the mountain. Break it, and you will fall like a flame that outgrew its lamp. Never outshine the master.